Are you ready for day 11 of our badass self-care rituals? I don't know if I am, to be perfectly honest. Because today is called Pillow Partnership. You know, how do you demonstrate this without getting the algorithms really upset? So the basic instructions for day 11 is to make a date with your pillows. Make a date with one pillow or many pillows, up to you. Arrange your lighting, your time, your music, food. Bring your imagination, because your imagination is so romantic. It's very simple. All you're going to do is bring your pillow to your body. You're going to hug it. You're going to sway with it. You're going to let it be comforting. You're going to let your movements be authentic. And then if you're into it, you can go along with the silly, whimsical part of you. You could have a pillow fight with yourself in your pillows. You could practice all those kissing techniques that you're fond of. You could just dance. And then when you're all expressed, it's really nice to just create a nest out of those pillows and let them cushion you and hold you so that you can rest. Rest and nest. Bonus, write a love letter to yourself or to someone. And you could put it under your pillow, read at bedtime, send it to yourself or away. It's up to you. Before I do the full demonstration, I wanted to remind you of a story. And basically the story has a princess and a frog that becomes a prince. She's playing with the ball. She's a princess that plays. Some experts would say that that ball, that golden orb, represents her desire. And the ball bounces away and rolls into a pond, and it plops down into the water and goes really deep, and she can't find it. She can't get it out. But a frog comes out of the water and he says, I'll get your ball for you, but you have to promise to let me come into your castle. You have to feed me. You have to talk to me, and you have to let me share your pillow for sleeping. She really wants that ball. So she makes the deal. She says, okay, I agree. You can come eat with me. I'll share my food with you, and you can sleep on my pillow. So he goes down to the bottom and brings back her golden ball. She picks up the ball and she runs away because she's a sneaky princess. But as you might guess, the frog goes to where she lives and he knocks on the door. She has to keep her promise. So she has a frog at her table, eating off of her plate. Many of the stories will say that she gives him a special pillow beside her pillow. Other stories will say that they actually share the same pillow. But pillows in this story are really metaphorical for that brave work of intimacy. Sometimes you feel like you've got a frog, you know what I mean? And you want to turn him into a prince. Saying, how do you do that? Anyways, she kisses him or she throws him against the wall. Depends on which version of Grimm's you're into. It's hard to say for sure which story is the true story. However, the frog turns into a prince. And they live happily ever after. Which is kind of a fairy tale, you know. The reason I'm telling you that story is because if you feel like you're meeting a lot of frogs in your life, maybe you want to practice self-care with pillows. And so maybe that's my way of procrastinating about this pillow thing. So here we go. What kind of demonstration I'm going to do here is really going to depend on the song I choose. So we want to keep that PG.
What if I'm all that you needed? What if you're all that I want? What if our words stop the bleeding? What if my touch could heal scars? Would you throw me a lifeline? Or write your name in the moonlight? Walk side by side through the land mines, but don't let me run out of time. Waiting for a lifeline. What if there's no other answers? What if it comes down to us? What if we just took our chances. What if our time doesn't come? Would you throw me a lifeline or write your name in the moonlight? Walk side by side through the land mines, but don't let me run out of time. Waiting for a lifeline. All of the others are closing their shutters and hiding away from the crowds. And all of the hunters are chasing their wonders, and I'm only lost in the clouds. You throw me a lifeline or write your name in the moonlight. Walk side by side through the land mines, but don't let me run out of time.
What really came clear for me in this moment is how wonderful caressing the face is to give and to receive. So loving and sensual. So even though this was PG, you can imagine how it could get more erotic with a pillow. And whatever your self-care is today, I'm going to say cheers to that. I'm going to keep this idea of a love note for myself, and you're just going to have to imagine what it is. If you would like to have the 12 self-care rituals delivered to your inbox, you can sign up at my website. And I want to say cheers to whatever your self-care plan is for today. Bye for now.